Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we are live from Project Rubi-ka. I'm just doing the social medias right now. And one on the Discord. Oh yes. There we are. Right, let's go to the live screens because we are broadcasting live to Twitch and to the YouTube. Kobold Snacks, good evening to you as well. Right, okay, so we were hunting for Pred armor. We were not having any luck. Well, we were having luck, we just weren't having good luck. At least on the drops. Ah, dear. And it looks like someone else has grabbed this spot. Which is fair. I mean, you know, I haven't been on since Wednesday night. Was in work yesterday. Okay, we'll head north to the second spot. Leave them in peace. Hopefully that one's not also camped. Which, you know, can happen. Those lovely, lovely pants that really you should be wearing at level 60, but hey. Or lower. There's probably a few on the market by now, but damn, they're hard to farm. Yes, they are. Pink Goggles, no clue. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I want to go more north. Yeah, I think we'll do one round of Preds, maybe two, and then maybe pick up the Garden Key quest, might be an idea. So we can survive that one. With the map zoomed in, I've got myself slightly lost. Oh no, that was the exit. Go back to the default scale. Bit easier to see. You can do it. Well, yeah. We can hope. You never know. And it is very, very warm. I nearly changed the title of the stream to Too Damned Hot. But then decided I'll just leave it for now. Doesn't one of these mobs drop a cape for agent? But I think it is class specific, so you can't even wear it in social, which is kind of a shame. The joy of having a nice cider. Yeah, cider's your poison of choice. Absolutely. Cider with a bit of ice in it on a hot day. Yeah, it's pretty nice, gotta say. There's a clear Irish cider. I cannot think of the name of it. And they quite often show it with ice in it in their ads. I can't think of the name right now. Cider, beer, vodka and wine enjoyer. Yeah, I'm not much for spirits, but yeah. Beer and the odd wine isn't too bad. Trouble is I tend to drink quite quickly. Magners, it could be Magners, yeah. Is it a clear cider, Magners? It is, isn't it? Well, we've got a couple of dead ones, but can't see anyone, so... Should we go help that dude? I'm gonna go help that dude. Yeah, I'm sure it was a Magners. It was a hot summer day, a barbecue party that went on all afternoon, evening. What did they do to me? They had a drop chance for Predator armor. That's what they did to me. They enticed me to murder them with their nice armor drops. The unread bridge. Oh. Random crash is random. Oh, it's losing. Oh, not that. I've lost that guy's name now. Paul Bear, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I can't remember what the hell his name was. The all familiar AO crashes for no reason. Yeah, just doop-a-doop-a-doop. Splat! Yeah. Never gotten to the bottom of them. There was a memory leak once, but that's when we were on megabytes of RAM, not gigabytes of RAM. Although I suppose eventually it does pool over. Oh, was that him? Yeah, Xeno something, yeah. The Duckyard, welcome to the stream. Pole Bear, we need more subs here. Let's see if we can start a scam train as well. No, don't do any scamming. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. Pole Bear is gifting to all live followers. Oh my god, 7. Colbold Snacks, P. Davis, 11. Pikey, Ungoliath, Pink Goggles, No Clue, Drevivian, and Shep Burra. Thank you very much, Pole Bear, for the gifted subs. Much appreciated. And if you've received a gifted sub, please remember to thank the person that gifted it to you. What level is he? That'll be okay. Yeah, we did. This was the spot. We got loads of them here. There we go. Help the guy out. Ungoliathan. Hello. Yes, hello. Rewind for the wind, Xenofreak. Right. Thank you very much. We found him anyway with global chat. The wonderful global chat on PRK. You still play regular Anarchy? I log in. I don't really play. I gotta be honest. The economy on live is just FUBARD in the traditional acronym, which is fluffed up beyond all recognition. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Trillions of credits for a grace. Seriously? Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. I do log in from time to time just to, you know, look at stuff, but honestly, the inflation has just gone nuts because people are duping creds. Well, what they're doing is duping items and selling them to vendors which have infinite cash. Is what they're doing. Yeah, 750 mil with a lot of creds for a piece of AI armor, but yeah, 6 billion each. Yeah, it's nuts. You have a hype chest. Open. Share. I've got shocked face emoji. Okay. Oh, I'll have to put it on all my YouTube thumbnails like everyone else does. When I logged in, someone gave me like 10 billion in credits. Yeah, it's crazy now, man. And the thing is, with the artificial 4 billion limit on GMI, it's such a massive pain in the arse to shift that many creds around to make your GMI usable. Like, people want 6 billion for something, but you can't just buy it because you can't have 6 billion active credits in the GMI. So you can only have 4 billion. Oh, you want to blind me? You want to blind me, Ripple Dermite? Okay, let's go. Remember, you asked for this. Rippled for her pleasure, Ermite.
Sometime Friday bitties.
What? I thought it said something else then. Thank you very much for the bits. Much appreciated. Anyway, let's get rid of our little chat we had there, helping him out. Now I get back, there'll be some other dude farming these now, won't there? Stands to reason. Is there? I'm not seeing them. Let's go. Oh, I've got a heal pet. Thing is, if I make a new character on live, I'm just going to pass a bunch of hand-me-downs to them, you know, because I can. That's the problem, you know, 25 years on the server, I've got bags upon bags full of cool gear stashed away. And that's why I use Anarchy Online Item Assistant to manage it all, because I'd never keep it all, you know, in my head. That's for sure. Be lucky. Nope. Playing on PRK got me into the mood to play live. I missed my agent not looking 2 years. Yeah, it's pretty nuts now. It is. It is. If you can cope with it, then, you know, cope with it. But it's all the hacking and with the AO Sharp and whatnot is just... it's just so... It's just reached such a ridiculous level. And it's completely unmoderated or policed in any way. Oh god. Well, I've got the heal pet. Let's see how good the heal pet is. I think probably good enough. We hope. getting overconfident with the heel pet here. Yeah, we came in. Normally I run up and down here 100 times trying to find the brunies. Let's get rid of the ad. Check loop. No. Well, it is a big pet. It's blood red to me. Yeah, I mean, I kind of stopped playing when June Awakening came out. Played that pretty much exclusively for 6 months. So from the release until January of this year. And then this year, I was like, ooh, everyone's like, yeah, gotta play, let's try Project Rubi-ka, try Project Rubi-ka. And I said, well, yeah, I'm no problem with Project Rubi-ka, but I just don't want to stream it in case I get them into trouble. So I reached out to the dev team and said, look, how do you stand on me streaming it? Would that get you guys into crap or not? And they were like, no. Go ahead. It's fine. Funcom know about us. It's all okay. And I was like, you sure? It's like, yeah, we're sure. So I was like, yeah, okay, cool, I will. And yeah, I've been playing on it ever since. So, no luck that time. We'll go back down to the other side. Thank you for the heel pet. Much appreciated. Otherwise, I'd have had to do a lot of run away there, and didn't need to. So, much appreciated. Whose heel pet is it? Are they hiding? You don't have to be on the stream if you don't want to be. God knows how many evenings of streams it might take to get a full set of Predator armor, given the amount of hours I actually play for, which ain't many. Can you do played on here? Play 2 days, 18 hours. It's not that long on a character, to be fair. And that's since the last reset, which was for missions. Missions being very, very exciting to have on the server. I have vicinity chat. Do I? The hell? No, I don't. I just switched it off and on again. There you go. Now it's like all my live characters. Test. It is on. Maybe I was just slightly too far away. I'm just here for heals and support. Well, appreciated. Smurf. Oh, my typing today is just top banana. Right, okay. There's one swig left in there, so I'm going to swig and get another. Oh God, I missed a thing. GK, welcome over on the YouTube. Pole Bear again. 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. Gifted a sub to X Rokurashiro Cooks. Zelomania, Poke Petter, The Super Pool, Soloxy, Roarist, Retro Cani, Soto Mahoney, Kersey, maybe. More bitties to match the
more bitties than to match some subs, bitties less than 3.
Bitties less than... Oh, God. Thank you very much for the gift subs and everything else, everyone. That's brilliant. As I say, I do not do this for money. I do this as, you know, less than 3. Yes. That was 1,000 bits as well. Thank you very much. Still no scam train. I don't know. I have no control over these things. We had one. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's like a timer that comes up at the top of the chat, I think. Oh, I don't know. It's all enticement, isn't it? You know. Spend money. Spend money. Quick, spend more money. And bad luck Brian again. Oh well. There probably is a formula to making the hype train thing happen, but I don't know what it is. As I say, I do this because it's, you know, it's good fun chatting with people and playing the game and interacting with everybody. You know, I love it. It's like a night out for me. So I have to be pretty darn tired before I sort of go, oh, I'm not streaming tonight, I'm knackered. And that means, like, I wouldn't, like, ordinarily, if all I did was go to the pub or something, I wouldn't have gone to the pub. You know, that's all it is. Is that more vids than... I think it is. I think it's overwritten Mugger. Or does it stack with Mugger? Let's have a look. It stacks with Mugger. So what am I evades that now? Oh, quite tasty. So, we killed this one, the wounded Pred. We killed him before we went off to help the other guy, didn't we? So, it'll be a few minutes yet, I think. And then the remaining 3 we killed one after the other fairly quickly. Blindio, welcome, or Blindio, welcome to the stream. Look, a pretty butterfly. Just stop and smell the roses. Occasionally. Redo that as well. Oh wait, no, not piercing tooth. That one. So I think we can only cast that with the CI, which we've got a nice refresh on. Yay! Redo the nano pool with Gelter coils. I hate coils. I always hated them. I hated them in 2003 and I hate them now. And the best thing about 18.7 was no more coils. Also, they combined the health and nano recharger into one item and the first aid into the same item. It just made life so much more easier. You know, you got like on Shade, because the new packs didn't have treatment requirement, they had treatment and or first aid. On Shade, you saved a ton of IP because you don't need treatment for anything. So you had 0 treatment and max high level first aid to use both. So it was brilliant. But PRK is based upon the 18.4 version of the game. So, oh my god, we got another 5 subs. What's going on? Ungoliath, thank you very much for the 5 bomb. To Boss Camping, Poke Bolt TV, El Evil, Malone Exus, and Reason Found Decoy all received tier 1 subs. Still no scam trade. Nothing's coming out. Like I say, it's not a button I press or anything, you know. You would think it would activate. But no. Gifts until badge upgrade 4 of 5. What? Ghostmaster is gifting 1 tier 1 sub to Blindio. Thank you very much for the gift sub. The live kits are also coils. I've used low level kits on tunes that doesn't heal immediately. Yeah, it does. If you stay sitting, it carries on healing. That's true. It's like a combined effect. So I don't quite know what they did, but they did make it better. Holbear with a tier 1 sub. They've gifted 105 subs to the channel. To Anarchy Online. I don't know why it's not hype training either. I don't know. It started to, didn't it? Before? Twitch is scamming us. Yeah, I think so. There has to be some time limit. We had one earlier. Yes, we did. Someone killing Heartland Preds? Okay. Is that my saviour? Is getting bored? Yep, makes sense. It's Smith killing them. We're waiting. The next one should spawn right here. Blood plasma. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Twitch hype trainer careers based on chat activity. Streamers custom cooldown settings happen as often as every 1 to 8 hours if the community support triggers it. Well, I'm not going to be streaming for 8 hours, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be in bed for work tomorrow. I wouldn't know where the hell that setting was, I'll be honest with you. I'll have a quick look. Or try to. I just set it to do the minimum amount of ads possible. I don't know where to even look for such a thing. Quick actions. What manage goals, raid a channel, clip, streaming, sub chat only, no, poll, stream latest follows. It's not there. Streaming tools? No, that's all back-end stuff, like the different softwares you can use, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, none of that seems to make any sense. Moderation, settings, email verification stuff. Follower only chat is off. Subscriber only is off. Mod chat delay. Block hyperlinks. Chat rules. I've got nearly all the filtering off. Stop banned users. Yes. Unban requests. Yes. I can't see anything that changes it. That, well, if it's there, it's not obvious where it is. Hype train level 3. Is it running? Oh, it is. Yes, I see it now. Unlock a random emote. What do I do? Do I click it? Oh, it's disappeared again. A level 3 thing. Polbear gifted subs for 5. 5 more gifted subs, dude. Don't come. How many siders? Polbear gifted a tier 1 sub to Morphers, to Ropteraboon, to Bob Hiske, to Vertsk, and Lunex. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Ghostmaster with 100 bitties. Bitties just reminds me there was a TV show called Little Britain, and there was a character in it who was at this point a grown man who still breastfed from his mother.
Less than 3.
Less than 3. And he called it Bitty, and apparently it's based on the true story of one of the writers knew in school, and at 6 years old still breastfed. And he would approach his mother or whatever and say, "Bitty," and she'd breastfeed him. And he just thought, he was in like quite a posh kind of school, for very rich people, don't you know? And yeah, he was still breastfeeding. I don't know how that works, but apparently he was. We has the spawn. Yeah, so the bitty thing, when someone says bitty, it just reminds me of that. I'm like, I'm not sure we can say that on Twitch, just saying. I mean, probably can. I mean, Little Britain was very funny. And they got one of the best impressionists in the country to do Tom Baker. To do the voice of Little Britain. He does like the best Tom Baker impression ever. To the point where some people were like, I'm pretty sure that was Tom Baker. And apparently, no, it was John Coleman or something his name is. Like an impressionist. Nothing doing on that one. And he did that for them. And Tom Baker came out and sort of said, well, I'd have done it. But they thought he'd never do it. So they had John Coleman. John Coleman? I'm not sure. John Coleshaw, that's it. He's absolutely brilliant impressionist. And he actually did the intro on each and every episode. Oh, Britain, Britain, Britain. At the same time that was on, there was another show. I forget the name of it, but it was like, "Are you a local?" by two guys who were quite brilliant. And one of the characters was one of these people that work for social services or something, helping to get the long-term unemployed back into work. And they become their own little Hitler in the sessions and in the room with a room full of people. Generally quite racist as well. It's all parody and parody by proxy. League of Gentlemen, that was it. Yeah, that used to be on, around the same era. That was good stuff as well. It was pretty funny, especially if you're British. Because you went, oh yeah, I've met this person. We didn't burn him. Yeah, and they did some of the simplest tricks to make everyone in the village look like they were into bread. Like they put a piece of sellotape between their top lip and their nose, so their nose was slightly like that. You could see up the nostrils. And they all had the same thing. We're going to ding on Preds. Well, that would be about right, actually, because of the drop rate. I would rather get the armor and not ding. But there we go. I don't make the rules. RNG is RNG. There's a Smurf on your screen. Yes, he has a heel pet on me, rather helpfully. And is farming monster parts for blood plasma. Hype train success just went past with snakes. Open hype chest. Applause break emote. Share. Okay. Toff. Oh yeah, choo. Toff. Is Toff, is that Norwegian, Finnish, or Swedish? It's one of the three. Norwegian, I thought so. What's Norwegian for meow? In English, a cat, we say, oh, the cat went meow. But in Swedish, it's meow. That's interesting. It's the same with sneezing. Have you noticed different regions have different sounds when they sneeze? In the UK, people go, achoo! What sound do people make, like in Denmark or Sweden or France or Spain or, Hungary or... Ashoo! Yeah, there you go. So in Norwegian, they'd look at me and go, foreigner. If I sneezed. And apparently, you don't naturally vocalize when you sneeze. You just go, the air comes out and that's the only sound. But as humans, we add sound to it. And we kind of learn it very, very early, before we even learn language, really. And so it becomes like a thing you learn that, oh, I'm sneezing, so I also add a vocalization to the sneeze, because you don't organically, as a primate, make the sound. It's something that, it's a human thing. It's a cultural thing that you learn very early. Because obviously you hear other people sneeze and then you sneeze and you think you should be making the same sound. So yeah, it's a weird thing that every culture has a different achoo sound, but also has different things for animals as well. All the onomatopoeia is different. I knew a guy, and every time he sneezed, he went, like that. There was no, like it was almost that he'd managed to completely suppress the explosion of air and just go, it was like, okay. But it was kind of odd. Men sneeze much louder than women. In most northwestern cultures, yeah. I think it might be different in different places, though. It's like in Japan, if you laugh, you cover your mouth, almost like as if you were coughing. You know, so if you cough in nearly any other culture, you know, you put you cough into your elbow, which was a good idea during like lockdowns and all that, because if you cough on your hand, you're putting germs on your hand and touching things. So coughing into the inside of your elbow, pretty good idea. You stop the spread, and also it's not on your hands that then touch other things other people might need to touch at the supermarket or whatever. So that made sense. But like normally when we cough, you put your hand up, or you burp, you put your hand up to your face. And like in East Asian cultures, if they laugh, they cover their mouth as well. Especially women do it more, I think, than men do it. But yeah, it's funny. Like if we Google Japanese person sneezing, or no, Japanese person laughing. Laughing in Japanese shorts.
笑う laugh.
No, just
Wow.
actually laugh. I don't need... Well, thanks for the word, but not what I'm looking for. I don't know. If we Google it, we'd find it, but yeah. I have a co-worker that sneezes like... Yeah, I kind of like... I'm a very vocal... Achoo! You know, kind of thing. But when we... Like here we go, dogs go woof woof, is what we say. We say dogs go woof woof, and we spell it... W-O-O-F. Whiskey, Oscar, Foxtrot. But I know it's slightly different in different countries in Europe and in the Nordic regions. Woof, woof. Yeah, woof, woof. It sounds like a bark. When it's in English, so British English, when it's a small dog, that's when we use the word yap. Right, you know, so if it's a very small breed dog, it goes yap, 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 rather than woof. Woof, woof seems to be, you know, bigger dogs than that. Time to type out what sound a cow makes. Yeah, I think it's very similar. A cow goes moo in the UK. There you go. And you can have as many O's as you want. Maybe some U's, G's. Depends on the cow. Moo. Yeah, so you've got moo, whatever. What's that letter called? The O with the line through it. And then in English, we've only got the O. You say woof, I think Lord Captain Flashheart. Am I pleased to see you? Is this a surfboard in my pocket? Woof. It's called, yeah, or ooh. So when you get an O with a line or the dots, instead of O, so in English, O is pronounced normally with a U or an E differently. So even on its own, it can be pronounced as an O, like lowercase, or O, like oo. Usually if there's two of them, it's oo, like wood. But wood, two O's, is the same sound we make for O and a U when we say would, could, should. But English is such a messed up language. It's just, yeah. What does a fish say? We haven't got one for fish. Is there a Nordic word for the noise fish make? Because I can't think of a noise that fish make. Google. Oh my God, there's a big long link, but okay. Open link. Translate. Yeah, well, this is what that opened. So, hang on. Norwegian.
Mø.
English.
Moo.
It didn't even change the letters.
Mø.
Mø.
Moo.
Yeah, it's more of an E inflection. Okay, that's interesting. Type in... Okay. Well, I can't type it in because I don't know how to get that letter up on my keyboard, but I can copy and paste.
Møte.
Møte.
Fashion.
Why is it always American?
Møte.
Møte. Møte is meeting, not fashion. Oh, so it's wrong. Møte would make sense because you got to remember the Anglo-Saxons were like Vikings and whatnot, so a lot of our words are kind of made of that. So yeah, because if you look for the translation, meet, encounter, meeting, encounter, session. Yeah, so a group of people having a dialogue together. But yeah, why is it translating it as that? That's weird, isn't it? A word to hear what that sounds like, yeah. Moat is... you see, fucking Google doesn't know everything and AI knows less. Yeah, I mean, and that's that link. I mean, if we did it with AI enabled, which I can do, so I switch it to AI mode, it will fuck it up beyond belief. But I have AI disabled in Google, you might know. So if I type, give me a search term to search for you. Beer. So I've got the AI crap. So if I open a new tab, close this, and just go, what does that remind you of? That reminds you of Google before all the AI crap, doesn't it? Beer. What is it? Wikipedia. And it knows my location, so the Conway region of Wales. It's given me, local beers brewed and various supermarkets that sell them. A newspaper thing. UK beers. Beer. Beer. Versus whatever that AI crap was. It should show an image of Homer Simpson. They're probably as well known as Mickey Mouse at this point, so that's fair. That went down well. I'm getting another one. They're cold, it's warm, and it's beer. I'll be back. Did I hear anything from Savik? Yes, I did. Spoke to Savik last week and a couple of days ago. Like, not in person or, you know. We talked to each other on Discord. But Savik is quite a private person, despite her internet fame. So I did... yeah, I think I can show you this. I don't think she'd mind. So over on Discord, I posted this. So first image, someone on one of the videos went, "Wait, you can turn with the keyboard?" And I said, "Some players only move with their keyboard," at Savik. And Savik laughed. Because Savik does only move their character with the keyboard. They told me that. And I was like, wait, what? And it stuck in my mind. So when someone said that, you know, that's why my reply was that. And I didn't tell them who. But yeah, Savik said it on a stream at one point. So yeah. Star Strider. Is Fixer a good starting class? Yeah, I mean, Fixers are pretty solid. I've done 2 of them. I've done a free Fixer with GA armor and no Shadowlands or anything. And I've done a paid Fixer. Maybe it's based on Savik from Yeah, it is. Yeah, she loved the original Kirstie Alley, I think her name was. The original Savik was Kirstie Alley, wasn't it? Who was half Romulan and half Vulcan. Yeah, Ratha Khan, yeah. And Savik really liked that character. So she was Vulcan, she was highly intelligent and blah, but she was more Romulan and had, you know, some of the stronger Romulan emotion kind of thing. And she found that an interesting character, even all the way back then. And yeah, Savik is a fan of that character and Star Wars and other fiction in general. And that was the basis of her naming that character that way. Fix is not the best class on PRK. Do we get you get nanoweb though, don't you? So you're not stuck with no armor and grid armor. You've got armor plus back armor as nanoweb armor. Or have you not? Because I've not done a Fixer on PRK yet, and I can't think back to 18.4 and what the hell I did on a Fixer back then. Fixer goes zoom. They do. They are quick. Spinners are all doable now, and all gardens barring Pand are open. Yeah, Pand wasn't it open before, but it's now closed? But the highest level nanoweb 11 or whatever it was the Dust Brigade quest, wasn't it? Which isn't on PRK yet. Because that one was really good. Like, God knows how much I had all death, but it was a lot. No endgame stuff for them. Is there no Syndicate messenger gun? I know it's a shit hard drop to get, but is it not in the game, or? Yeah, but they haven't got MVs, and MVs make Fixer for endgame, don't they? You know, those 2 alpha upgraded MVs are, I've got them on my soldier. They're that good. Full auto burst and fling on a very fast weapon at full def. On a Fixer is something else, yeah. But Syndicate messages in game. Yeah, messenger is a good weapon, but compared to an MV, nah. But it's like NTs as well. They don't have, you know, the Garrux, do they here? So, and without Garrux, you know, plus they haven't got the doubles and the cyber decks and all the other stuff. So I can see how NTs are much more muted on PRK. And then, of course, with the different tethering mechanics, you know, so the shorter tether, etc., it's much harder to level an NT on PRK. Like on live, if once you can figure out kiting, and I'm not particularly good at it, but I can do it, you know, in a serviceable kind of way. I even made a video called "Do You Even Kite, Bro?" as a bit of a meme, because I'm not the best person at kiting. But I can do it. You know, I'll fail, you know, 2 times out of 5 and die because I get it wrong. But I can actually do it, so. So I made a video about it because I thought it was funny. That's way more difficult to even attempt on PRK. Can't kite worth a damn on NTs on live. It is an acquired skill. You've really got to like feel it and be looking at the mini map and stuff, and then gauge the rhythm and movement of the mobs you're kiting. It is a bit of artistry as well as mechanics. Ding! Farming for predator armor, and no predator armor drop yet. But, you know, I'm not banging hours and hours and hours into it. Yes, thank you. Congratulations. Ding. We go for those. Howling. We're having some of you. Can I... Level locked. Body defense. Level locked. I'm just going to save the rest for what I need to figure out later, I guess. Yeah, you don't have to kite on an NT, but if you can do it, you can level some mid-level stuff real quick. Trade skilling useful on a new server like this? Oh yes, definitely, because it's no one's got a 220 with full gear that can pretty much, by default, and the trickle down from all the symbionts they're wearing, do most trade skilling for you with the tools anyway. Yeah, you can't kite like old school kiting where you can pull half a playfield and run round them in a big circle and have them stay aggroed on you. Yep, no drops again, as expected. You know, the drop rate for pred armor is real bad, but it's really, really, really good armor for a shade. So on PRK, yeah. See, with symbionts, I mean, the closest thing to a symbiont we've got here is going to be a spirit. And none of these have any trade skills in them that I can show you. But a lot of symbionts on live have the stats you actually want in abundance. But they also have trade skills in them as well. So, yeah... someone that's like an engineer or trader that is dedicated to trade skills on PRK would be highly valuable, especially at higher levels, because that is a more difficult process on this server. For now, I mean, symbionts are a thing on the server, but they're not massively in abundance like they are, say, on live. Yeah, there's Ghosty with running brain control. Control being, is it MP, trader, I think. There you go. So chemistry, quantum physics, Intelli's a good trickle down anyway. Bunch of nano skills, but then pharma tech, psychology, electrical engineering, weaponsmithing, tutoring. Yeah, so there's a lot of bundled trade skills in those symbionts. Polwall gifted a tier 1 sub to the Cellar Dwellers. That's my name of my old band. The last band I used to play with. It's probably not them. I think there was an American band called the Cellar Dwellers as well. So it could be them, not our band. I don't know if they're on Twitch. Maybe they are. I mean, God, I left the band 14 years ago, so I really don't know. You know, we still kind of like bump into each other on Facebook and stuff, but I have a whole playlist actually of all the video footage. Well, most of the video footage I've got of the band. Not all of it. Not all of it is suitable for public consumption. So we got a playlist. I did a playlist, but they're not my videos. Someone has Thaldoran's Lego animation movies on their channel. So I've done a playlist of them so people can watch them. They've not done a playlist, so I made one. Yeah, this was back in the day, and they'd made it. I think there was a Lego set that you got, had like a, oh my God, like 120p camera, like the smallest possible webcam of the day. Because it's a toy for kids, and you could do stop motion animation with it, with Lego. And they lit it and then added and did tons of editing, because they added all the game sounds, the explosions, the music and footsteps and everything. They added all of that into the video. They did a bang up job for such a simple little system about team missions in Broken Shores. So all hats off to Thaldron and the person that actually re-uploaded their videos, because they disappeared. They made those videos before YouTube was a thing. I can't even remember where they were. They're probably hosted on some other completely different thing. Yeah, there you go. Live music videos of myself, my old band, the Cellar Dwellers. It's down there at the bottom. The Thaldoran, though, have you never seen them? I mean, it looks like crap by today's standards, but back then we were like, wow. This is all stop motion animation. Hemi Crusher was a player I knew in the game at the time. It's a bit loud, but, you know, that's okay. This is all stop motion, and all the audio they've done manually with editing. This was an incredible achievement. Getting moochums. Yeah, and it goes on from there. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Because it's not mine, but yeah, you should definitely check it out. You should definitely check it out. I mean, it is a nice symbiont. The control head. But you can wear that at level 103. You should see what a 220 alpha or quality 300 alpha symbiont looks like. Like 144 in all those 71 skills. It's that much better. And then the eye, ear, chest, right hand, etc. They've all got them in it. So you can end up as a very powerful trade skiller. Really quite easily. And I think it's MP Trader and something else I can't remember off the top of my head for control. Yeah, so the Engi special head, this is one from a quest line that you can wear from 132. 100 to all nano skills, complete and treatments, heavy weapon shotgun, but then 100 to all trade skills, engineer. So yeah, symbionts really did have a massive impact on what people were able. So you could be an Engi that's never done any kind of trade skilling, but just by virtue of the fact of wearing control symbionts and a few buffs, you've suddenly got hugely high trade skill values, you know, like 1k plus immediately. Like the top end on live trade skill buff, I think it's Trader, Engi, maybe one other. It's like 200 buff plus any other buffs, and oh my god. 160 by 120, as you said. Yeah, that's it. I knew it. 120 stuck in my head because at the time we went, oh, it's not. It's medium resolution. Analog TV was, depending on the region you lived in, 240 or 320. But this literally was a toy for kids to make animation with Lego that they had. And they animated it. It's like 5 episodes. I might download them all and re-upload them just to make sure they never get taken down or something. I don't know. What astonished me was like they edited in all the Foley. Foley is footsteps, things impact, you know. So they film an action scene in Hollywood. They might have fans running and all this other stuff, people shouting and speaking. But that footage is not what you see in the movie theatre or on Netflix or wherever you watch it. It then goes into the sound engineering department. They put the Foley in. Foleying is running along the floor, and then people do the ooh-ahs. So the actors all do the all the sounds that you would naturally make exerting yourself, so on and so forth. And then they add like the reverb, so it matches the size of the environment they're in, and blend it all inside that. And then they add music and stuff. And the guy had done all of that shit inside this little tiny editing thing. It's amazing. Amazing piece of work. Oh, he's giving me some 131 wrangled pills. Thank you very much. The fact the guy made those videos with the gear they had is just incredible to me. And the amount of effort they put in to do that editing. And I know how much work it is to do that editing. It's a lot. I mean, given the era they did it in, pre-Shadowlands, God knows how they did it, to be honest. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, today anyone can download Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or anything like that and just do it on a modern PC, and it'll do it in like instantaneously and whatnot. Back then we were on like at most dual core CPUs and megabytes of RAM. How the hell they managed the whole thing, I don't know. A massive labour of love, I would say, the fact that ever got produced. And they did a really good job of it. I'll give you guys a link. They're not my videos. Thalderan is the person that originally made them. I just created a playlist of them because there wasn't one, but they were all on someone else's channel. Can I find them again? They all disappeared. Somewhere? Oh yeah, if I click on playlists. Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, there you go. Copy link address. There we go. So that should be the playlist. That should be the playlist. Guys, I just need to get Moochum so I can control my Slayer droid. I've got so many videos, it's crazy. How many videos have I got? Do you know what? I don't even know. That got so many views and it was just explaining a build mechanic. That's weird. But yeah. What's my oldest video? Oh, there we go. 18 years ago. Storming Pandemonium. Anarchy Online. Beast Raid. And then stuff from the band. Off-roading with my buddies. We're gonna muddin'. We're gonna muddin'. Oh, that time, ballot truck in the skip. Yeah, someone drove. A guy left his 4x4 with the keys in it. So one of them other guys drove it inside a skip and then climbed out of it, and they had to get it back out. It was the funniest thing ever. If you want to watch that, that's pretty funny. That was snow in where I live, and there's me driving around my big old 4x4 enjoying the snow, and then loads and loads of stuff with the band. Another old school AO video that I revitalized and re-uploaded. Then music and the zoo. This video has been hijacked. This one, the lion roaring at Chester Zoo, has been stolen and reused in so many other videos. It's incredible. And then me playing guitar a lot when I still had dark hair and looked youngish. And then I started with AO videos, and you know the rest. There you go. Yeah, the whole thing in that video is just like amazing. And even though they were, like you say, what was it, 160 by 120, you know, so 4x3 aspect, which was normal back then. That was your TV. You know, when you had the TV and it sat in the corner because of the tube. Some of you were young enough to go, what's a CRT? And the rest of us are going, oh my God, I'm old. But yeah, that was the thing. And yeah, that lion roaring has come up so many times in other people's videos. YouTube keep notifying me about people stealing it and using it inside their video, which is supposedly in a completely different area, zoo or safari or something. It's weird. It was that was Blindio following or subscribing on YouTube. Thank you very much. Oh, can is nearly empty. Time for a refresh. What time are we at? 9 o'clock. Oh, I'm pretty good. I got at least an hour before I got to start thinking about supper and bed and up for work tomorrow. So, back in a second. on the bottom. Team mission. Thanks for that. I'm going to quickly open link. Team mission 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, brilliant. Bookmark. There we go. Got it. I still pulled an ad, even pulling them. Okay. Me chipping away on the shade. It's unlike Eli. I'm going to watch a stream on YouTube. I'm too used to Twitch for streams, but for videos is another matter entirely. Yeah, Twitch and YouTube are quite different, I think. I mean, I've made, I don't know, 2,000 and change videos which are, you know, like recorded content that's then edited, curated and set into a format, you know, for tutorials, let's build a tunes, etc. Where I go through the various stages of leveling up a class type, and they're quite popular. They're quite popular, and I'm happy about that. But the idea was to make AO more accessible to other people. Now, I'm not a good author. I'm not good at typing out massive guides and everything else and editing them over and over until they read and scan and. But the video thing felt quite natural to do, so I stuck with that and got better at it, I think, than when I started. And then I tried a few other games that I'd always wanted to do a let's play of, you know, so Skyrim, Outer Worlds. I did a Prey one. Really enjoyed making that. Because it was literally a semi-blind playthrough. Because the problem with Prey was the trailer for the game kind of exposed the biggest thing in the game that you discover at the beginning of the game in the bloody trailer. But that said, very much in the BioShock ballpark. I do replay BioShock as well. The first one and the second one, the one up in the sky, I never finished. Never really gelled with it. I don't know why. It just didn't feel like the same thing. But I like a lot of their other games. I like the Disavowed stuff. Disavowed 2 especially, I really enjoyed. Done a few playthroughs of that. Is it Disavowed? Something like that, anyway. Yeah, was it BioShock Infinite or something? Yeah, I did about 4 or 5 hours into the game. I think I bought it on Steam in a sale for a couple of bucks, and I was like, well, I'll try it. And then I was like, it's not BioShock for me. It's just not. I don't know what it is. There's something about the atmosphere and the environment. Yes, we're in a closed environment and all that, but we're up in the sky. There's no water and fish and just something about what made BioShock tick. Something in its DNA just wasn't there. Was that the two guys from this side? We got Limping and... I think it was. I'll quickly check. Might have been stood here yapping needlessly. What's this? Rubi-ka 171 fixer has calmed a bunch of ads, apparently. So it's probably a trader, not a fixer. So look at this. Yeah, trader. Oh crap. I can't remember. I've forgotten which cons are trader and which cons are divest. Trader. Yeah, 2 hours later, 20 years before it was a meme on SpongeBob. Sorry, but Thalderan owns 2 hours later more than SpongeBob does. He just didn't put the French accent person going 2 hours later. No, I thought it was a piece. It's not. Come over here just so you don't die inside the other corpse. There we go. Because that will make looting difficult. If, perchance, you drop any predator arm. No, we're having. It's probably the same luck as anyone else killing these mobs for this armor. It is such a low drop rate. Shadowlands diners, not diners. They are predator mobs who can drop really cool shade armor, but haven't yet. Despite how many times we've killed them. Oh well, you know, these things happen. I try not to worry about it. The drop rate isn't, well, it kind of is governed by the PRK team, but what they've done is just gone copy pasta from the main game. This is the drop rate on live, so this is the drop rate here. It's not a good drop rate. They didn't, you know, they've just copied what is already a thing. Yeah, you can watch the stream over on YouTube and you get the much higher. Well, for a start, it's 1440p, which I've been doing for years before it was popular. Because my computer's monitor from 2012 onwards has been 1440p. And then I upload at a much higher bit rate. Over on YouTube than like Twitch doesn't work if you try and go over 8 megabyte. But if you do on Twitch, you can try and send higher, but it breaks their system of redeployment of the video image and just doesn't work for people, or defaults to 720p at much lower bit rate. You know, it kind of all goes pear-shaped if you try and push it beyond the limits they've set. But on YouTube, you can do 1440 at like 30 megabyte, and it looks a lot more crisp. It doesn't break up when things are moving around, and you know, which is why I stream to both, because, well, YouTube, the VODs are there for, as you know, as long as YouTube is, or your channel is on YouTube, which hopefully isn't ever going to change. And the video quality is far better. The audio quality, exactly the same codecs and whatnot for audio on the two platforms. Wounded Pred, give me something. Nah. nothing for me. Yeah, so I think if you were farming this, it's like days of work to farm, you know. So there's no bots or no. Botting is absolutely any kind of automation is not allowed. No buff bots, no boxing, no using of any third-party software is allowed on PRK. Just do it, you'll just get your account banned. They have an active team of devs that are on the server a lot of the time, and they will spot what you're doing, and if you get caught, tata awan, as we say in Wales, which means is goodbye, you're done. Is the kind of thing actually you would say if someone started an argument, you went, come on then, and then you knock them out and they're done, you would go tata awan. You're done. You know, you're not coming back from that. Have you seen Shade's website? No, I'm not actually. I know they're quite an active player and spend many more hours in the game than I do. But I didn't know they had a website, to be honest. PRKG. Okay, I'm going to have a look. All right, it looks fairly innocuous. So restart. All right, so it's got the feed is working. Discord official bug tracker. What buffs? Oh, that's useful. Nanos, tools, garden nanos. For 18.4. Also lists all the banned players. Does it? Does it do that? Come on. Which button do I click to see that that wall of shame? PRK guides, okay. PRK specific banned players. Oh, here's all the players that thought that they could box and no one would notice. Lifted, contacted. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, dear. What a pity. Never mind. Yeah, they're quite explicit about what's permitted on the server, their server. And people still seem to think, oh, it is Anarchy Online, you do what the fuck you want, because Funcom won't do anything. It's like, this ain't Funcom, mate. Yes, they will. The list of shame. It kind of is, isn't it? You know. I was banned for a few hours. Oh, right, they kind of thought you'd done something, but it turned out, no, it wasn't. And yeah, because even someone said to me on one of my videos, if you're using script to fire your attacks on the Shade, you need to stop now on PRK. And I went, I'm not. I am using my hotbars correctly. And then I gave him the video going back, oh God, 14 years, saying, look, if you open like F10 and go to key bindings, what you'll discover is you can put all your perks all on the same key if you want, if they're perk attacks, and so on and so, you know. And in the video, it's on a 220 shade, so the list is way longer. It's like, what, 5 hotbars with all perks kind of associated to different keys. 3 different keys, actually. G, B, and V. They're just comfortable for me to get to. And I showed them the link, and they were like, oh my God, I've been playing for 20 years. I didn't know you could do that. And I was like, oh, okay. He had an account banned, perma-banned in 2009, good times. Well, you did something naughty. Well, it's a learning experience, so I suppose it is a good time. Void Thought, hi all, good to see you. Welcome on in. Anu, no, Anu's still up and running. It's been updated to the latest live game. Oh, no. God knows. Oh, no, that's an old link. I'll click on the right one now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's still there. January 19th. There you go. Still there. Still useful. Still has all the old posts on items. Where do I get it? How do I get it? All of that stuff is still there. Although some of it is 20 plus years old and is inaccurate. So. List work. Kind of, yeah. I don't think it works quite like that. So I just did it and it's popped up in a different window. And it just says Doobie, my character, and Smurf in this particular playfield. So some commands work, some don't, some work differently, you know. Who hasn't been banned in AO for something or other? Me? Never ever have I been banned. For anything. Because I've never done anything that would get me banned. Yeah, I think you're going to find that's a... pretty much the people that did get banned are the minority, I think you're going to find. I was running chairs better with one toon than Botters did with two toons. It was in my PRK start, so I had not planned yet what to play, and we did not have missions, and blah, 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 blah. I was making some creds. Yeah, they were looking at that, because some people were trying to do botting with chairs, and it was like, it was getting a bit ridiculous. Because they were fucking up the economy with it, you know. They were treating it like a full-time job. Yeah, there were people doing it with bots, and those people got banned. You know, this is a privately run and owned server, so if the people running it are unhappy with your actions, Tatara Wan. Yeah, so you just follow the guidelines. Everything's going to be cool, and just have fun. That's it. That's all you got to do. Yeah, these days, like half the population on the live server probably in the old days would be banned for their behavior. So, yeah. Nowadays, they do nothing. But, you know, it's Funcom for you. But this ain't Funcom. This is Project Rubi-ka, and they've got very different attitude about people... being arseholes, breaking the rules and doing anything else, to be honest. And yeah, I think that's a good thing, if I'm honest. People were making money for it. Nikki Dial was clearing 3k a month on eBay from AO. And this is back in 2001 to 2003. They removed all of ARC, so they took out their free cops. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But employment law changed in Europe, so you can't have people that work for no money and receive company credit or reward in place of payment. That was the law change. And because of that law change, that meant volunteer programs within games like ARC, which offered free accounts for being part of ARC, were now illegal. So they had to shut it down. That's the position they found themselves in. The way they handled it was kind of shit.
Not gonna lie, the way they handled it was shitty, and I will never forgive them for that. But their hands were tied on it. But they could have come forward with that, and they could have told ARC first, instead of just publicly putting it out before. You know, they could have had a private meeting with the people that were in the ARC program saying, unfortunately, you know, the law's changed, and technically, unless we actually pay you a salary, we're breaking the law, and we can't do that with this particular IP. So unfortunately, we're going to have to shut it down. So if you want to say your goodbyes and whatnot, do it now. No, they didn't do that, though. They did it in a very kind of shitty way. Sorry, but they did. They just told the public, and ARC's found out from other people saying, hey, have you heard ARC shut down? The ARCs are going, it's fucking what? You know. Could have moved ARC to it. No, because their company operates inside the region of Europe. Norway is part of Europe in certain legal respects. They couldn't have moved them to a different region because the company is based in the region where the law applies. So no, you can't have people being unprotected by slavery laws in Europe by having slaves in another country. So no, that wouldn't work. That's why the law was introduced, because people were working not in as, you know, demi GMs in a game. It was for people that were, you know, packing up packages in Amazon factories for fuck all money. Like, they get somewhere to live and food instead of money. So Europe said, that's slavery by the back door. We're not allowing that. And regulation went through and said, no, you can't do that. And unfortunately, volunteer programs in an MMO kind of fell under that remit. Even though they were happy volunteers who didn't do it for money, didn't do it as their livelihood or a means of survival, it still met the criteria for it. And they absolutely didn't want to be in the position whereby, well, you've got slave labour in your company, so you're going to the European Court of Human Rights. They had no choice in the matter, you know. I mean, I get their position. The way they handled it, kind of shit. The fact they had to do it, totally get it, you know. Let's say you emigrate to a country. You've now got to find you've got to find shelter, food, water for yourself and or your family. You meet a farmer and he says, well, you can live in that barn over there, work for me, and I will supply food and shelter for you. That's now illegal. If they're going to work there, he's got to pay them a salary. Now, he can pay them a reduced salary that's inclusive of bed and board, let's call it that. So they can have a place to live, to call home. They can be given free food from the company, but they must be paid a standard wage at the same time. It just stopped a lot of exploitation of people. And I get why the law was put in. But, you know, it just kind of backfired a bit because of the way they handled it with AO. They just went, oh my God, we can't have ARC or any volunteer programs anymore. They meet the legal criteria for a prosecution. Right, cut them off, all of them off right now. There was no kind of moment of thought where maybe people who've done this for 20 years would like a bit of notification and or anything else. You know, you cut the cord and called it a day and then announced it publicly. A lot of companies had to do it. Wasn't just Funcom. A lot of companies that had MMOs had to do the same thing. Oh, this is Grigor. He lives in the floor 13 offices. He uses the bathrooms there, and we put a camp bed for him. He works 20 hours a day. He gets free food at the cafeteria, so he's on a good deal. That's fucking slavery. You know what I mean? So I get the law. I get why it's in place. I think it's a just and proper law. The way Funcom actually handled the situation in regard to how it was announced to the people involved in the program, nah, they screwed the pooch on that one. But I found a new use for this means chair. I gave one to several day beggar in Newland City. Yeah. Are people still doing that, making a blonde solitus, putting them in a bikini and saying, "Hi, I'm cute girly, can I have some creds, please?" Are people still doing that? Is that still a thing? 25 years later, you know. This is it. This is the one you will get pred armor from. You know you've just jinxed me beyond belief. So, I have no hope of getting it now. Yeah, if you do a few quests, missions and whatnot, you'll have plenty of creds. The game's built for it. As long as multiplayer games exist with something to trade, that will exist. Yeah, I think you're right. No, this was one that in Global said something. I mean, Newland City, I'm taking all gifts. None is too small and none is too big. You got a chair, which is worth 0 creds now. Yeah. Dude, just fucking roll a couple of missions. You'll have a few thousand K in half an hour, you know. I'm going to back away from the spawn. And you gave him a chair, which he probably ran to the shop with and went, "Oh, I got 0 credits for that." But you said nothing too small. All right, one more beer. Refuse to do mission in people don't know. Well, you know, you can't. Some people can't be helped, no matter how much you try. So, anyway. Right. That's alive. He's back. So this is the last batch of Preds. Other two is up. Okay. Yeah, I can't have any more beer. I've got to get up in the morning, so don't want to get too drunk. I've given away hundreds of millions away in items. This wipe, I'd imagine. You asked me for creds. I will at best ignore you, though. I don't mind if you ask me right an item because RNG fails or you don't have the key or but credits to go run a mission. Yeah, you don't even have to 100% a mission for the credit reward. No, nothing on that one. Excuse me. There we go. Right, let's go for a pained predator. Someone gave me a robust backpack a few weeks ago. That's how much the AI would cut. You go to GMI, mate. That's all you need to know. The economy's messed. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some armor parts from these guys that I've spent the last almost 2 hours killing. But the drop rate is the drop rate. It's pretty poor. It's a pretty rare drop, really. I've yet to see a single piece drop. But I do know that it does drop. Time for this old fart to say night. Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow night unless I have a really busy Saturday morning. And I finish work at... I start work at 6 a.m, finish at 1 a.m. And if after that I'm like... I probably won't stream. That's it. I don't do this as a living. I don't do it for any monetary thing. But if I'm too tired to kind of interact with people and whatnot, then I kind of go, I'm going to skip this one, you know. Howling, you're the last try this evening. Nope. Oh, well. Some people spend days here getting, well, days as in days played, just trying to farm an armor set. The drop rate, as you can tell over the last 2 hours, is not great. I mean, we've seen literally nothing in that time. I mean, we finished off a level, so we got XP. It's not like we didn't get anything, but yeah. Right. Is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? Because if they are, I will raid them with my tiny little audience. Right, let's have a look. Me, myself, and I. Nobody else. Pathetic Wolf, 11-hour stream. What's he doing? I like this guy. He's really good.
El Salvador.
He's British, therefore I like him. Yeah, well, we'll go raid Wolf. He's probably in the last 10 minutes of his stream, but he's a very nice guy, very welcoming, lovely chap, and I sorted his audio out for him, so kind of feel responsible. Let's go raid him. Anyway, say hi from me. I think he's doing like a GeoGuessr thing or something by the looks of it. It's all fun and games. So there we go. Go say hi. You're a lovely guy. And, you know, I may have slightly more hair and a tash, but I could never be as lovely as he is. So I'm going to go raid him now. Go say hi. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Okay, I'm gonna go for another one. It's called Map Word, so it's the same as. What the fuck is this? Sorry, I was just about to explain the game. I was just about, I've never seen a